That's beautiful. So good morning. It's Friday, July 12th. Today is a really good day. I'm going to have lunch with a friend today. Before that, I need to do a few things here. And I have my, look at this, my green smoothie and my coffee. The coffee cup tells me, good morning, beautiful. And my straw tells me I care about the environment. I use metal straws. I don't buy the plastic. Well, I have some leftover old plastic ones, but we're phasing them out. So yesterday I went to DDS, the Department of Developmental Services. They do, you know, a long time ago they were called DMR, Department of Mental Retardation, and then they changed the name. Anyway, this was regarding Daniel's home vocational program. It's a self-directed vocational day program, meaning we manage his budget for a day program and we handle it through our house and we do it ourselves. So there's a contract here and I'm supposed to read through all of this. We worked on the budget yesterday. We put in for 2 staff members for a maximum of 30 hours a week, and they'll be paid like $18 to $20 an hour. Then there'll be an accounting firm, which the state has. They'll come out, they set up payroll, and all I have to do every week is just fax the payroll sheet to them. They do the background check and all of the deductions, withholding and all of that, which is a relief because I did have my own employee once before for a nanny, and doing all the tax stuff was, you know, kind of a pain. This will be good. So I have one person in mind. And what people have to do, how this all works when you do self-directed is, first of all, you have to sit down and really establish the budget, how much you want to pay, and all of the things that we did yesterday. And of course you have to find people, so there are ways to recruit. There's a website called rewardingwork.com, and rewardingwork.com is for employers and potential employees. It's like kind of like Monster, but for self-directed care jobs. So the employer, which is me, gets like a free code so we can go in and post a job. And then you can find resumes of people who are looking for work. Or you can hire yourself. Really, it's anybody who you determine is qualified. So what are they going to do? What does this mean, right? So Daniel is home now, right? Typically, if he were going to a program during the day, he would get on a bus and he would go and he would have, you know, vocational programs set up that he participated in, you know, whatever was going on. I don't even know what their programming is. A lot of these places focus on community involvement. So a lot of the places, like here we have one called the Kennedy Center and Ability Beyond Disability. They take their clients out into the community where they can engage and sometimes even, you know, work and volunteer and do all things throughout the community, which is great because, you know, people need that. They need that engagement and enrichment. But for Daniel, he can't really go out into the community and purposefully do specific things because he's just not able to. And he's very medically fragile, so he's not going to tolerate that kind of a day. He falls asleep here, you know, and takes naps, or he really needs to have a more flexible day. He always did. He had it at the high school. He had a place where he would just have to go lay down and sleep sometimes. We decided, well, and even before that, several of these programs wouldn't even accept him because they wouldn't take him, or the transportation was an issue, and they wouldn't accept taking his nurses there all day because they had their own nursing oversight. It just got real complicated, and sometimes some of them were like, well, we could take him, but it's also more expensive to your budget, so you don't really get as much money, as much bang for your buck when you're sending him, because you got to pay for, you know, all the transportation costs. You got to pay for the cost of the facility, which is more on an hourly basis, way more than if you pay your own staff. So it's more work, yeah, because we have to manage whoever's here, but it's completely flexible. A lot of people in my shoes with somebody who is very, very disabled and can, you know, and it's just not reliable in terms of how his day is going to be, they self-manage their vocational day program like this. So he can have someone who can come here. He can have someone who can take him. Oh, we have a long list. When we did our planning program, we have a long list of things that Daniel's gonna hopefully be able to do, from little museums to the library to going to the movies to our new community center, pools, to I don't know, longer trips like to the aquariums and I don't know, whatever, to the local. So we'll be able to take we'll be able to take Daniel to all kinds of different things, you know, gardening and farming and shopping and well, whatever, you know, but on shorter trips and based on his abilities and his mood and his health. So everything from music to art to community to daily living to whatever, right? Nature. We have lots of things in nature, places we can go and do, inside and outside. So that being said, once we have the budget in place and once the accounting firm sets everything up, we should be good to go. They put the budget in for July 1st. So as soon as everything gets all, you know, a-okay, then our staff has to go through what they call the College of Direct Supports. And that's basically an online training program for people who are going to be direct support employees, and it is a paid training, so they get paid $18 an hour to go through the training. It's moving. So we will have another person here. So what I'm gonna do, I've got an art table, I bought some more storage. I'm probably gonna move that out of here, and I have a high table that'll go over his wheelchair. That will, you know, just more space for artwork. It's plastic, it would be more usable for painting and things like that. Set up a whole work area here for him for when he's home if he wants. Then we're going to have a music area, so I'm not sure. I think I'm going to put the piano open over by my desk and, you know, have all of his, he's got a lot of little drums and shakers and music-y things, and you know, we have keyboards and guitars and all, we really have a lot of music stuff, obviously. So then we're going to go outside and we're going to work on the ramps and the egresses to different places in the yard. We have some bumps and holes and patches and rocks, and so it's kind of hard to get the wheelchair across the yard. However, we do have a stroller that goes great across the yard, but if we can smooth out some spots and hopefully get a new swing for the swing set, or a whole new swing set closer to the house, even just one swing frame. I have 2 or 3 different swings that I have put on my wish list for Daniel. The only tricky thing with the outside swing is being able to get him into it. So we'll have to have a 2-person transfer if he's going to swing, unless one of the guys can lift him, but he still loves that. He loves to swing, so that's on the list. Just everything we can think of to make his home exciting. Oh, the other thing is I'm in touch with church. We've got a program there that's for 21 and older, or you know, older young men who are severely disabled or mildly disabled, whatever your special needs are. Just for the young men who are no longer children, they have their own night on Tuesday nights, like a men's group, right? So for people like Daniel, etc., which I think is great. So he's going to do some community connections with fellas that are his age, which I think is a really cool thing. And then we have a lot of kids who have touched his life throughout the years, who have told me they want to set up play dates and visits and do things. So don't worry, he's not home here sitting in his room all the time by himself now. We have a pretty comprehensive plan set up. It's just I had to finish the budget for DDS and get this done and do all of my not so favorite detailed number crunching and all that. So that's what I've been working on. It's a lot. I haven't been able to work this week, just Monday, because the paperwork caught up with me, and I was just like, I can't do that and this, and there's another whole chapter which I'm not gonna bore you with at this moment, called Danielle's medical stuff, right? Therapy, you know, OT, PT, speech, ortho, all of those things, breathing, regular, stomach, weight, therapy, blah, 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 blah. And right now I have to finish this paperwork for DDS and scan it and email it. Then I need to go get dressed because I'm meeting my dear friend Karen for lunch at a winery near here. She said she's making me a picnic. She's my best friend in the whole world. Like, I delivered her baby with her. I cut the cord of her youngest child. So it was really, we have a really close connection. We've been through a lot together. I just haven't seen her in a long time. And everyone's going through stuff, right? When you get into your 50s, everybody's going through stuff. Cancer, divorce, addiction issues, depression, health problems, financial stuff. Anyway, see you guys in later. See you guys in later. See you guys later. Going to meet my friend at HAWKRIDGE Winery in
half a mile, turn right onto Main Street.
That's beautiful. We just had the nicest lunch. We're at a winery called the HAWKRIDGE Winery. Really fun. We did wine tasting and Karen made a picnic. Look how pretty it is here. There's a horse over there.